Welcome back. We have Mark Bustamante here on behalf of the Bowers Museum. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, we were excited to have you guys come down. As I mentioned, we have talked to Kelly before, but that was via Zoom. So here we are now, finally in person, and I'm sure the Bowers Museum is open and ready for the guests, correct?
We absolutely are. Yeah, we're very excited to finally have our doors open and have people coming back on in. You know, it's not the same trying to do things virtually as it is in person.
No, of course, it certainly isn't. And when you guys were, you know, you want to come in, you want to see the stuff, you want to really get up close and be able to look at all of the exhibits that you do have. Now let's talk about the Bowers Museum, just in case people don't really know where it is or what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bowers Museum is in Santa Ana, historic heart of Orange County. It's on Main Street, just south of the 5 freeway. We're open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every day of the week except Monday, and we're closed some major holidays too. And then we offer actually some discounted pricing for seniors, anyone 62 and up.
Okay.
And yeah, really easy to come on down and visit the museum.
So now the admission for 62 and over is $12. What is the regular?
The regular rate is $15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they save a few bucks. Now you guys have a restaurant there.
We do, yeah. Tangata is really a world-class restaurant, but for a very reasonable price, you can get a very good meal there.
Okay.
And that's open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of food do they serve?
You know, the name is very interesting, actually. Tangata is originally inspired by our oceanic exhibition at the Bowers Museum. And the cuisine was originally very much oceanic or Polynesian inspired, but now it really features a lot of standard American fare as well.
Okay.
You can get burgers and sandwiches there, salads.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Has that always been there?
I'm trying to remember when it first opened at the museum. I think that there was a restaurant that opened in 1991 when we had I guess that would have been our third renovation.
Okay.
But since I think around 2007, it's been Tangata.
Okay, so it's been there quite some time. Okay, good. Now you guys have a gift shop and things that like you can get different types of books.
Yeah, it's a bookstore, but it's more than that. We sell clothing and jewelry there. I've heard several visitors describe it as the best museum gallery store they've ever been to.
Really? Oh, because you have lots of variety.
We do, yeah, a wonderful amount of variety. And our director of retail sales does such a great job with every exhibition of bringing in unique and interesting pieces that you just won't find anywhere else.
Okay, that sounds great. And then let's talk about some of the activities that you have for some of our seniors. You do have some classes.
Yeah, we do a lot of workshops. Anne's Treasures is the second and fourth Thursday of every month. And it's a fantastic art workshop. It gives people a chance to work on these crafts and then go around and visit our exhibitions at the museum. And so really it's a great chance to get out and not just see art, but participate in art.
Yeah. Is the art that they do different each week, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's different. It's different types of classes, which are all based around, I should say, exhibitions that we have. So, for example, when we have a fashion exhibition at the museum, we would have embroidery-themed classes there or things like that. So, really very tailored to what we have on at the museum.
Okay. Now, one photo that you put in here was a black and white. Tell me about it.
A black and white photo?
You have a black and white photo.
Right, yes, this picture of Roy Rogers here. This is Timeless Melodies. It's a wonderful program that we have at the museum. And it's a look back at the music of the 20s to the 70s with, I think Larry Maurer is his name. He's the lecturer that leads the program. And really, just a fantastic program.
So is that like a live thing that you have where so someone comes and talks about, and then do you listen to the music, or how does it work?
Yes, you do. He's a historian of music, and so he's mostly talking about it and kind of explaining the history, but you do also get a chance to listen to some of those old great tunes.
That sounds fun. And when is that? Is that just for the senior program, or is that for anyone?
That's for anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the information about our programs are available on the museum's website.
Perfect. Now, let's talk about some of the exhibits that you have, and I believe this one is only open until August 28th of this year.
Yes.
So it's, was it Mount Everest, the Ascent to Glory?
It is. I mean, I think we all know the name Everest. You know, it's the world's highest peak at just over 29,000 feet. But what a lot of us don't know is the history of its earliest climbs. And this is what the exhibition dives into. It looks at 5 different expeditions mounted by British teams between 1921 and 1953 to go to the mountain. And it really tells a story that you'll never see anywhere else, because it connects the earliest climbs to this period right after World War I, where these men who had seen awful things in the war were looking for a chance to escape, to get away, and to do something that was going to bring some prestige back to the English Empire that had been so beaten down during the war. And of course, ultimately, they aren't very successful at first. They have these 3 expeditions, 1921, 1922, and 1924, where in 1924, probably the best climber in the world at the time, George Mallory, attempts to get to the summit on kind of a ill-advised 3rd climb that year. And he and his young companion, Sandy Irving, actually disappear on the mountain. They die. So we look at that, and then we jump ahead to the 30s, where the British return, attempt again to get to the mountain. And then again, we end in 1953, which is where Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, Sherpa from Nepal, finally managed to successfully get to the top of the mountain.
Oh, that's great. You know, there are a lot of things that we see on TV about Mount Everest and the climbers and how the air is so thin up there, and you really have to be in pretty darn good shape to even attempt anything like that.
You really do. Yeah, it's
so
a pretty incredible
feat. So that's good to hear about some of the earlier stuff. All right, and I know that everybody is very excited about your Walt Disney, all that glitters, the crown jewels. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's an exciting show. You know, we did one exhibition with the Walt Disney Archives previously, where we looked at a more general assortment of really world-class props from their collections, recognizable pieces. My favorite in that first show was Wilson from Castaway, you know, the actual volleyball that was used on set. And so this is a very different project where we're looking just at the jewelry pieces from Disney and Fox films. Walt Disney Archives now owns, of course, old Disney films, but also Fox films. You know, they also have Marvel and Star Wars films, which fall under their purview as well now too. And so really it's everything that you can imagine. Really incredible pieces like the Heart of the Ocean from Titanic, that very famous blue diamond piece that they kind of actually drives the plot of that movie. All the way up until more contemporary projects like the Medal of Yavin 4 from Star Wars and Marvel pieces like Necklace from Black Panther and others.
Oh, God, that's great. Well, those sound amazing, and that one you can only see until June 19th. And then let's just quickly touch on the permanent exhibits that you have, maybe just mentioning a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 9 permanent exhibitions at the museum. We have a vast array of collections. We have 91,000 objects in our permanent collections. And so the 9 galleries give us an opportunity to pull out the best of those 91,000 pieces and look at things that are really the highlights of our collection. So we have our Spirits and Headhunters exhibition, which is the arts of Oceania. We have our Ancient Arts of China exhibition, which looks back 5,000 years in Chinese history, going back to the earliest Neolithic pieces. And then most recently, we just opened up our Meow Masters of Silver exhibition, which is actually, it's in that Ancient Arts of China gallery because it focuses on silver pieces which were created mostly in the 20th century by the ethnic minority groups in China. And the pieces are just so incredibly ornate and detailed. You really have to go and see them in person because they're really incredible to take a look at.
Well, you've painted an amazing picture of the Bowers Museum, and I think I need to go because it sounds really amazing.
Good.
It sounds like an all-day event, though, because you pretty much could stand and look, go have lunch, and then come back and see like the rest.
It absolutely is. There's so much to do at the museum, and you know, we're always changing things out, so there's always something new going on at the Bowers.
And then if somebody would like to have more information, where do they go?
It would be www.bowers.org. That's the best place to find more info on the museum.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
And remember, you only have a short time to see a couple of those exhibits that we mentioned. June 19th is the earliest cutoff date. So make sure that you go to bowers.org for you to be able to know what's what at the Bowers Museum. We'll be right back.